Hello.
a
Hi, good
pleasant morning.
morning.
Mm-mm. And a good day to everybody all over the world.
You know,
Yes.
yeah, let's greet all of our viewers from different places of the world,
Oy, meron kang
Yes.
And wow,
kasama.
mga early listeners, kaagad. So thank you
Yes.
so much for coming. And, first of all, before we begin, I just want to share the beauty of nature that we are experiencing right now here where we are, you know, experiencing the coolness of the sea breeze
Oh.
blowing towards
Um,
us. And, it's in the middle of summer. Alam natin na we are all experiencing difficulties due to the temperature that is
Yes.
soaring, it's hot, you know. And I can empathize with those who live in the urban places, how
Oo.
difficult it is because dito sa amin sa probinsya, here in the province, no matter what, there's a lot of trees. There's a sea breeze coming to this coast of La Union. So it is a most welcome blessing that nature has given us.
Makita mo yung mga ating kurtina sa likod, talagang lumilipad-lipad talaga sila sa
Yes.
lakas ng hangin.
Oo.
That's the gift of nature.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
we should always be
natural,
thankful.
ano yan, natural electric fan
And not only that, but
aircon.
when
A
the
lot of
ocean
oxygen.
when the ocean air blows this way towards us,
Mm-mm.
it just doesn't bring in a cooling wind, but it's also bringing a lot of nourishment.
Uy.
Yeah.
There's
The
such
negative
vast,
ions,
the
di ba?
negative ions,
Mm-mm.
the vastness of nature's wonders that is not only providing us comfort, but also making us healthier.
Yeah.
And,
Oo.
such experience will bring about a sound mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Clear
we have to
thinking.
always be thankful and again, respect and harmony with nature.
Yan ang
Mm.
ating topic for
Yes.
today. Respect for all.
Yes,
Okay.
including nature.
Yes.
Especially including nature.
Especially nature,
Yeah,
our
which
mother.
which has
Nature.
provided us so much already from
Mm-mm.
air to water to the sun
Mm-mm.
to the earth that provides us food.
Mm-mm.
We just celebrated the Earth Day last month, yeah. And still, we should make it so that we are thankful to the natural creation and to our Creator who has given us this opportunity to live. If we do so in harmony with one another. You know?
Tsaka hindi ba ano rin tayo, nagse-celebrate din tayo ng May 1 na Labor Day.
Yes.
Hindi naman sana isipin natin Labor Day is all about wages and benefits from a company, but to think that Labor Day is also rendering service,
Yes.
offering our labor in the mood of love to others and to God, hindi ba?
Yeah, this is all part of respect.
Yes.
Yeah, when you talk about respect, the action of respect is acts of kindness.
Oo.
We show our respect through
Yes.
kindness.
Through kindness.
Through kind actions.
To kind action.
Mm-mm.
So, I think with labor, for example, we celebrate Labor Day nga ngayon, hindi ba? May
Oo.
1.
It's a
And
holiday.
we, again, remember all of those who make sacrifices,
Who work
who work
for
hard
the benefit of others.
for the
Yeah.
family, for the country. Yeah.
Mm.
Even those who are not being paid, no, they're volunteers.
Yes.
We really
So let us, again, give thanks to
respect
those.
them, no?
And shall
Give
we
credit to them.
shall we also greet our listeners, yung mga kasama natin dito, sabi nga ni Murielgo, greetings kapamilya, okay? And Kalindi Relova and
Thomas Morella Tranker
yes,
from Angeles City. Good morning, Thomas.
and Rina May from Makati yan, and
All these
wow, mahaba pala ang
dami
listahan.
ka.
Oo.
So
Oh,
early.
yeah.
Medyo nawala
Si
kami.
Katrina, si Paul Dison.
Paul.
Good morning.
Uh-uh.
And then
Ortiz.
Ting Ortiz.
good
Oo.
morning. Then the Manigo tribe of La Union, always
Present lagi
present.
yan.
Miguel Vargas, good morning sa inyong
From
lahat.
Dalumpinas.
And
Yes.
Rosalinda, Linda Loscano.
From
Lascano
Okinawa.
from
Yeah.
Okinawa.
Yes.
Good morning and always.
And Iris Festin and Gemini Rose and Ben Torres.
Baka
Matt
we might
Resurrection.
run out of time greeting everybody.
No, okay
now.
lang yan. Milay. Si Milay is greeting
Right,
us
again.
from
Ligaya
Rizal.
Dizon, good morning to you too.
Yes.
And,
Okay,
okay.
the blessings that we always receive, yeah, is always there in life. Alam nyo, no matter how difficult this pandemic has driven many of us to despair sometimes, no, and difficulties, but we should rest assured that there's always so much that we should be focusing in, and just more than just the difficulties we're experiencing, because we're given that opportunity to transcend these difficulties and not to be affected by it so much. And in trying times like this, it's always best to seek inward
Mm-mm.
guidance and bask in that love that we can experience on a daily basis, all our lives. So, respect is something that is very crucial in our lives. You know, early on sa mga buhay natin in our lives, our parents, one thing I would want to share to the younger generation, the teenagers especially. Alam niyo, many times you're becoming more independent and wanting to be responsible. That's what it means. You want to be responsible. And that's part of nature. So that on a transitory period in your life, a crucial time, where your body is growing so rapidly, you're beginning to mature, so to be able to face the responsibility that you have to face in life, your role. Alam nyo, where do we begin to learn how to respect? Where does it begin? Where does it start?
At home.
Tuto yun sa
Mhm.
parents. Yan,
Yes.
sila
Our
nagturo.
our first teachers are mother, then our father. Yeah.
Pati minsan si lola, lolo,
Yes.
di ba?
Oo. They
The
teach
elders
us
are always there
how to
because
show respect.
Mm.
Yeah.
you know why?
Mm-mm.
Because in the world that we live in today, there's so much technological advancements and changes that has altered people's lives.
Mhm.
But you will find that those who reinforces their lives, who's got a strong foundation from, kumbaga ano, based on wisdom, having wise guides to guide us early in our life. Di ba?
Yes.
Our parents are the ones.
Mm-mm.
Okay, mga anak, ganito yan. Hindi
Sa
lang,
umpisa, yan. Parents only
you need to
pala.
be able to share.
Mm-mm.
Hindi ka lang nag-iisa sa mundo na to. Hindi lang ikaw ang sentro, di ba? You have to have a fair share of things with one another. Brothers, sisters, nag-umpisa lahat
Oo
yan.
nga, yes.
Then people around you who help you.
Mm.
If you live with your grandparents or meron kayong mga katulong sa bahay, sila din. They act like your parents. They help you out.
Sila nga yung nagtuturo, opo, di
Yes,
ba?
manong.
Say
Oo.
thank you, say, say good
Marunong ka rin
morning, mga
mag-sorry
ganon.
kung may
Oo.
mabangga ka.
Yes.
Tapos, one very important aspect that we learn from our parents is learn to be thankful, and in prayer always seek the guidance from within.
Mm-mm.
Again, this is one of the most important, kumbaga, lesson and learning that we can ever get from our parents.
Mm-mm.
So just as we become teenagers now, going to adult life, you should always remember and always seek their guidance and not be thinking in terms of, gusto ko na maging libre ako, to be free from your influence.
Yeah, sometimes as our children grow up, they're learning from other teachers.
Oo.
They begin to show less respect to the parents in a way na hindi sila basta naniniwala, di ba? Gusto pa nila ng evidence. Where did you get that, mama? Anong source ng information mo?
Yeah.
They forget that, teka muna, this is my first teacher, She's the one teacher. They forget to be more respectful.
And
na.
humble.
Oo.
That's one of the first lessons that we should learn, to be humble.
Mm.
And anywhere you go, with a humble heart and a humble outlook, everything becomes a learning experience. Everything becomes a gift.
So when we talk about respect, this is showing that we care about the worth of someone or
Yeah.
something. So you can have respect even for something like the things, for example, that are used by people you love,
Mm-mm.
or the things that are there for all of us to use, just like the roads, the walls. We don't just draw on it what we like.
The ocean.
The ocean,
di ba?
that includes environment,
Oo.
nature,
Or-
and of course people,
Yes.
that we respect. We show we show them in our respect in terms of words and our actions.
Or in our communities
Mm-mm.
where we live, for example, in Iba there are laws.
Yes.
Yes, respecting the law.
Respect the
It's
law.
very
Mm.
important.
Okay, kasi that the law is meant to protect everybody.
Yes, it's meant to help us exist harmoniously.
Yes. So that becomes a means for us so that we behave with one another
Mm-mm.
very civilizedly.
Yeah.
In
And
a
also,
civil way.
yeah.
Kaya ano yan eh, there are, the world we live in has many of these laws and rules that guides us, you know? And even the universal laws, yeah? The laws of the creation. Meron din nun, you know,
Yeah.
and that we have to learn to adhere to it and abide by it.
And also respect for the lawmaker.
Respect for
The
the
laws
law.
and the lawmaker.
Yes,
Hindi ba?
exactly. Siyempre, pag may batas, may lawmaker.
Oo.
Yeah.
Huwag
Who
natin
made that
kakalimutan
law?
na baka
May
nag-magic
source
lang,
yun.
nag-magic lang yung nalimutan natin na may lawmaker pala.
Yes.
At saka pwede niyang baguhin yung laws kung gusto niyang baguhin. Hindi kagaya ng mga lawmakers natin, minsan, yung mga laws are very, may mga loopholes.
Or
kumbaga.
sometimes it's driven by emotions
Oo.
without having a strong foundation for the need and understanding that it's not just limited by your own feeling, but you have to
Correct.
see everybody in general that yes, it's something that is needed that will benefit everyone. You know? So
Or
when
with regards to benefiting everybody, I'd like to share with you a video. Actually, it comes from Japan. Maybe our friend from Okinawa
yeah,
has
Rosalinda.
seen this or gone to this place. No, it's about a restaurant that's called the Restaurant of Mistaken Orders. This video will show us how the Japanese people are trying to show respect to everyone, including those who have difficulties. Just like in this case, the restaurant is run by people who all of them have dementia.
Kaya pala
That's why they say mistaken order. Baka
orders.
nag-order ka ng sushi, dumating sa'yo sopa. No? But the
Okay,
people who go
okay.
there, they know this is the situation. So you can see how they respect each other and they accept these people with dementia and how they treat them with kindness.
Oo,
Okay.
nice.
Let's see this. It's just a very short, well, it's about 5 minutes. Yeah.
お待たせいたしました。じゃあ、ご案内の方させていただきます。
はい、コーヒーの S1。もうこれでカップパーフェクトです。
すいません、ありがとう。もう助かっちゃいますよ。順繰りに回して、ね。一番最初がいいんですか？男だとって。
あ、違います。僕違います。あ、でも間違っててもいいけど。
お待たせいたしました。これはね、恋人。なんやったか。
バーガー注文なさった方、私です。本当に間違いじゃないと思います。そうですね。
汁なし担々麺は余ったスープにご飯を入れて混ぜて食べると美味しい。
それ知らなかった。
ただいま。
美人に飛んでた？
俺こんな美人見たことないもん。
飛ばしようかしら。
今日のウェイターさんは昭和2年生まれなんですよ。90歳。
母と同じ。すごいですね。
願いがあるんですけど、新郎母が私はもうダメだとか言ってるので、
そう、私もそう思ってまし
一
た。
緒に写真撮って母に元気な人とお会いしたのよって言いたいんですけど、
嬉しくなっちゃったです。できるかな、どうしようかななんて思ったんですけど、今日働きにしてみたい、いい思い出になりました。氷ばっかり。すみません。
感謝感激雨あられ。
私は美川和夫と申します。女房の安子です。よろしくお願いします。私はですね、趣味でチェロを弾いているんですけれど、奥さんにする人はピアノの弾ける人っていうことで探してたんですね。そしたらとってもいいピアニストに巡り会いまして非常に楽しんでいたんですけれど、彼女は4年前に若年性認知症というふうに言われてしまったんです。できることがどんどん減ってきて、ピアノを全然弾けなくなってしまったんですね。もう私なんか生きててもしょうがないんじゃないかっていうふうなことを言い出して、それでもやっぱりピアノが大好きだし、じゃあなんとか練習しようねって言って始めたんですね。
いや、もう一回やってもいい？
いいですか？すいません、ごめんなさい。
一生懸命生きようとしている人、一生懸命生きている人たちがちゃんとこう応援される社会っていうのがとっても大事だし、認知症になったって人として生きていくことをどうやってこう支えていくか、そういう社会をどうやって作っていくか、そのことの一つの取り組みがこの注文を間違える料理店です。ありがとうございます。どうもありがとうございました。
和田さんもちょっとだけ中腰で。
じゃあここですよ。
いいですね、いいですね。せーの。いい。
So isn't that so beautiful, yeah?
Oh,
You
so
know,
many
yeah,
lessons to be learned
yes,
from
you know, in
that.
Japan, a very huge portion of their society is aging.
Mm-mm.
No,
Oh,
so,
yeah, right.
Although they're already known for being very respectful as a culture, still they are making ways to still help and be respectful to their aging population.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, instead of, sometimes when you are young and powerful and, still very productive, people respect you. But as you age, sometimes, retire ka na, isatabi ka na.
Ayaw ka na pakinggan, di
Oo.
ba?
They just leave you in your rocking chair and,
Oo.
treat you like part of the
Or
furniture.
put you in an old age home,
Oo.
Yes,
home for the
oo.
aged
So,
or whatever.
As nakita natin yung napansin ko sa kanila, masasaya sila.
Yes,
Di ba?
they were not
They-
laughing at the
Yes.
ones with dementia. They were
Oo.
laughing with them.
Yes, and
You know?
it made such a nice scene where people
Yeah.
were actually giving happiness to each other.
Yes, they were being
Di ba?
so kind to
And
each
Fine,
other.
respectful.
Yung respect nila, no,
Yes.
makita mo yung
Mm-mm.
thank you, tapos yung very kind, the way they say things, the way they greet each other. At it
They're
made it so
accepting, no? May acceptance.
maganda yung interaction na ganun,
So
full of respect
this,
and acceptance.
this is something that we all, even with all the technology, no
Mhm.
matter what,
Mm-mm.
people real people still deal with one another in the most basic ways. Hindi dapat nagbabago. Yung pagrespeto sa isa't isa, yung paggalang, alam nyo.
At saka tignan mo yung yung nagpiano, no? Nagkamali siya, pero yung mga tao hindi nagagalit, hindi impatient, pati yung husband niya was very
Yes.
patient with
Very
her.
kind,
And
yeah.
this is really what happens in life. Lahat tayo may pagkakamali, meron tayong weakness, ganon. But if you're patient with one another and that respect is there, then we can still continue playing music together. We can continue working together.
Yeah, living
no?
harmoniously
On
together.
the end of the day, it's not just the music that wasn't the main message.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
It was the caring and respect
Right.
for one
Yes.
another.
So please, our listeners, if you have something to share with us, stories of respect, acceptance, and kindness, feel free to do so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to greet Nitay Munoz and Ligaya Dizon and Priscilla Lavarias, Yogi Padilla, and Mike Rex. Okay, sabi ni Yogi, so nice, really shows compassion to other people who have advanced already in age. And just ako, may tip lang, yun ang mga nagde-develop ng dementia. There are some studies that show that VCO, virgin coconut oil, is very
Yes, it's
helpful
very helpful.
in maintaining the health of our brain cells. No?
And we're not just focusing on those with dementia. Anyone who has some kind of disability or maybe they're sick at this time,
Yes.
Everyone deserves our respect and kindness.
Yes. Oo. And ako naman mag-sharing din ako. I will like to share some proverbs from the Chinese. Sabi nila, respect out of fear is never genuine. Reverence out of respect is never false. Okay? So kasi minsan sabi niya, yung ibang tao, ay, andyan na si boss.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Ganon. Parang yung respect.
Galingan na natin.
Ganon ako.
Naglalakad na. Nandiyan na. Malapit.
So yung respect
Biglang tumihimik na kayo lahat. Magtrabaho na tayo.
Yan
respect
is
out of
definitely
fear.
not respect.
Oo. Pero kung may reverence, because, deep-seated yung pagtanggap mo, as you said, acceptance of this person as a part and parcel of the God, as our brother, sister, as a child of one family under the supreme person. Talagang yung manggagaling yung respeto mo, galing sa puso. Okay? Sabi rin ng mga Africans, a man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. Okay, so that's also what builds your own, respect for others. You also start having this wonderful attitude, and people will recognize that in you and see the good in what you are, in your attitude towards others.
Siguro kasi rin, when you respect somebody who is great, syempre, with respect, you show it also by listening. So if you listen to
Yes.
this great person, then you learn very much from
Oh,
them.
you benefit,
Yes.
di ba?
So that brings
that's
you to
part
that
of
path
respect.
of
That's why
greatness
when
as
you
well.
hear or you listen,
yes.
like during the time of Jesus when he was in this world, there were people who didn't respect him, who would not hear his message.
Oo nga, tama.
But there are those who know that, wow, here's the person who can make a difference in my life.
Yeah, so that's a very important way we show respect by listening
Oo.
wholeheartedly, really carefully,
Oo.
considering what we are being told.
Even when you talk to your friends or to your parents, pakinggan rin because everybody has some good to share, di ba?
really,
And we can always learn some lessons. And sabi naman ng mga French, the greatest evidence of demoralization is the respect paid to wealth. Okay. So yung parang decay of society, degradation of society is shown when there is too much respect being given to money. Oh, hindi ba? Wealth. Parang pag may pera, wow, ayan na yung si boss na merong mayaman to. So people pay homage
so
to
that's yung parang fake respect nga that you're talking about.
hindi ba? Yun ang nakakasira.
sila
But
ulterior
that becomes a
motive.
measure of respect to whoever because it's measured by wealth.
Something external.
That is so external, but not really by what the person really is.
Yes.
Like even amongst when I was watching the video, You know, the Japanese culture. That's one reason they love Filipinos.
Why?
It has to do with the Filipinos' respect to the elders.
They respect.
So hindi rin na tayo
We
pa
have
rin
that in common.
nagkukulang.
Parang Asian ano rin.
It's an Asian culture
Oo.
na dapat hindi natin tanggalin sa ating
Oo, yes.
pamilya, sa ating society. Kasi no matter what, everything else may change. But such, the wisdom that is gained sustains itself. That's what, that's how society can sustain itself.
Yeah.
No matter what. Kasi success sometimes is measured by the amount of resources you had, the amount, but the truth is, that's not real success.
I think it's the character of the people.
It's the character of the
yes.
people that
makes
plays
us
a role.
successful.
Mayaman ka nga,
Oo.
wala ka naman peace.
Oo.
Tsaka you don't know how to deal with others.
Yes, and
no?
you're not nice to people.
Oo.
You see people by
According to the money in their pocket.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
Meron din magandang quotation tayo from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu na sinabi niya na one can practice spirituality, you know, if one is in the state of mind where he is giving respect to all others.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes.
Ano talaga, magkakaroon ka ng peace, magkakaroon ka ng happiness,
there's harmony.
harmony if you are giving respect to all others. Kasi meron din isa pang sa world, may sinasabi lang, if you want to be respected, you respect first. Pero not necessarily
It doesn't have to
you
be
will
that way all
demand,
the
you
time.
will want to
Yes.
earn that respect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Diba?
Actually, respect nga daw should be freely given to all. But for yourself, we don't expect respect for ourselves.
Oo. Kasi yung iba iniisip nila, magbi-build sila ng yung parang isang
Credibility nila
credibility para respetuhin sila ng tao.
na may ginawa silang ganito.
Yan.
Sinusukat nila lahat ng mga nagawa nila.
They become proud by
Oo.
their
Yeah, so you-
achievements. So,
And then, in such a state, sometimes you don't really, kumbaga, the person who is the actor of such actions, di ba? Nagiging, kumbaga, you're demanding so much sa tingin mo, but yet it's in the ancient teaching, it's like you begin to think that you are the doer of everything.
you want the credit.
You want the
always,
credit,
oo.
but really anything that we have in this world that we are dealing with right now, our life, the lives of others, di ba, how wisdom would always guide us, that we care for one another, we love one another, and then that everything that comes your way, be respectful for it. Give respect to the source who have given you the facilities that you can go by and live.
Yes.
And if you are in such a state of consciousness, no matter what takes place in your life, you see it as an opportunity, as a gift.
Kasi
Because you respect the very source of it.
yun ang
Yes,
magandang appreciation from the heart,
Yes.
hindi ba? Make you happy. So you will not need other people to respect you kasi masaya ka na sa puso mo,
Exactly.
hindi ba?
It's from within.
It's from within.
Yes.
Happiness ka na doon eh.
Oo.
And when you live your life like this, wherever you go, even down to the birds and the trees and the lower species of life, you begin to see them not as just fish, but you see them as life forms
Yes.
doing their share of work in the world,
Yes.
providing so that there is a balance and that we also ourselves would greatly benefit from their contribution. Yesterday I was in a Zoom webinar thing, and we're talking about living in harmony
With nature.
with nature.
Oo.
How does that take place? How does it truly happen in a very sincere way? It begins when we recognize that everyone, all the living beings, they're basically like our brothers and sisters.
Oo. Respect mo.
Yeah,
Really
respect
rooted
them.
pa rin sa respect.
Do
siya
not
eh.
exploit them. They're doing whatever they need to be doing. They have their own task,
They have their role in
roles
the scheme
in the
of things.
scheme of things. And then us, tayo naman as human beings, we should be stewards and caretakers to look
Yes.
after, to make sure that we are not exploiting them. We are not using or not recognizing what their contributions are.
Yeah, we respect their tiny contributions, whatever their contribution, whether it's big or small, we respect them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have kumbaga, a fair share of this planet.
Oo. Oo. Okay, sabi nga ni Yogi Padilla that it's really nice to be kind and respectful to others, no?
And Mila Celeste says, so true, respect should always be with us. Salamat sa mga reminders.
Dina Pascos greeting us as well as Mike Rex.
Gino Mabalot, good morning.
Oh, yes.
Sabi niya, Happy Labor Day. Again, sa mga na magsasaka at saka yung mga
Lahat sa labor
frontliners.
force, oo.
Yung mga
Like
talagang-
Gino is a frontliner.
Gino is a frontliner.
Yes. Mm-mm.
For
Yeah.
people's information, during time of sakuna dito sa aming bayan sa San Juan, siya yung inuunahan niya bago mangyari yung sakuna. Nandiyan na siya, gumigilid na siya sa mga iba-ibang mga
Yes.
barangay, sinisigurado niya.
Greetings from J
Safe
Resurrection. And
Yes.
sabi rin ni Muriel, a man with only money is impoverished. It is respect that
That he renders.
he renders to everything and everyone is the wealthiest.
Yes.
Oh, yan.
True.
Pinakamayaman.
Mm-mm.
At saka libre lang naman ang respect. Pwede naman natin i-offer yan sa lahat ng tao.
Oo.
Hindi ba?
You know how we show respect also, no? One good way to show respect to everyone is to have our best manners
Ay,
with those
naku.
we live with.
Yes.
Sometimes kasi, we tend to take our families, the people we are with all the time, for granted.
Yes.
And then we reserve our best manners for those who are hindi naman natin kilala sa labas, no? Pero really, if you respect the people you love, the ones you live with, then
Importante
that's
din yung
where
good
you
manners.
practice your good
Yeah.
manners
Oo.
talaga.
Meron
Oo.
nga akong video, i-share ko na ngayon kasi tamang-tama yan pwedeng i-relate dito sa video na napanood ko at i-share ko sa inyong lahat about ang title daw ng video ay Sorry.
O yan, part of good manners din. Mag-sorry ka naman.
Okay.
Oo.
Okay, napaka-ikling insidente lang nangyari sa elevator pero may lessons pa rin para sa ating lahat. Nung sinasabi ni Marisa about manners, no? Ayan, simple manners lang po. Yung pagbibigay, respecting that nahuli ka hindi ba?
Oo.
Respecting naman yung mga taong nauna, ay kailangan mag-step back tayo para bigyan ng kumbaga ano yung kailangan ibigay sa iba.
Tsaka tignan mo naman, sino ba ang nagbigay? Yun pang hirap maglakad.
Saka isa pa,
Oo.
nakita nyo, may kwento pa yun, may lalim kasi.
Oo.
Pumasok ko sa elevator. Di ba, maraming tao.
Oo.
Siyempre, yung mga nasa loob, sila yung mga unang nakapasok.
Yes.
Di ba, you give space
Oo.
to one another.
Yes.
You could see that the person with the disability had to find a safer place na hindi siya mababangga, hindi siya matutulak.
Siya pa yung nagbigay.
Siya papasok at papasok siya sa likod pala. Kasi yun ang safe para sa kanya. So, it's not like, normally dapat sana, we give way to them and be in front of the door just so it's easier for them to get out. Diba? May ganun na story yan eh.
Tsaka tignan natin, no, comment nga ni Tito Toby, siya yung masaya. Diba? Yung nagbigay, siya yung masaya.
Siya yung
To give is
mag-aangin loob.
really
Lahat,
the better
everybody
one,
else
no?
during the day, they will feel, wow,
Nakakahiya. Oo.
where was I?
Mahiya ka sa
Was it
sarili
worth it?
mo.
Was it, And then, see, this is an example of many things in life that we could see, where we stand all the time. Ikaw ba yung nangunguna? Kasi to make it so that you bring kindness and comfort to other people, or you just make it hard for this person? Early in the day, kung ikaw yung nag-employ ng mga tao, you give them a space to work and make decisions and do the right work, or are you, pressing hard to make sure, look, I want every minute to be well paid for and not becoming a motivator or a person giving a clear direction? Because on the end of the day, what is the value of the work itself if the person you are dealing with doesn't gain anything? Whether it can be measured by money because he works for you, but on the end of the day, what is the better gift?
They
Diba?
need to have also their dignity intact.
Yes.
And then also, one way that as an employer, or as a leader, you show respect to the ones who are supposedly, your subordinates. It's also to not just lend them an ear, but also consider their opinions.
Yes.
That's part
You
of
hear them out.
acceptance.
Yes. Yes.
Not just na ikaw lagi ang tama. What if someone is an opinion that can make the situation improve? Then that's part of showing them respect.
Actually,
Like today is Labor Day. It's nice to discuss this a bit because because the labor force, whoever you are, you can be the manager, you can be the lowest of all in the rung of
The hierarchy.
the hierarchy. But yet every person has a contribution for the success of whatever endeavor you're doing.
Yeah. And you have to respect their dignity kasi sometimes yung ibang employer, sobra naman nilang
Minamaliit.
napapagalitan yung kanilang mga subordinates.
Alam mo, may mga employer
na
katulad
wala na
niyan.
yung dignity ng tao.
Nagkaroon ng pandemya, di ba? Naririnig minsan, napapanood mo sa news, makikita mo yung mga pagkatao ng mga employers.
Oo.
Minsan, yung aking mga empleyado, kahit na 3 beses sa isang linggo lang kami magkita, at least there's something forthcoming for them.
Oo.
Kumbaga
That's
na mahal
very
niya,
nice. They're trying to find a way.
mahal niya yung
Oo.
kanyang mga
tao.
those who work for
So we
them.
can see that actually respect and concern for others plays throughout our day,
Yeah,
from the
it's
time we
really
wake
needed,
up
oo.
to the time we rest, talagang
Interwoven siya eh.
it
Oo.
requires respect. It
Yeah.
requires as we say,
Acts of kindness.
kindness.
From the
Even,
very
you know-
day until the day it ends. And you know what?
Oo.
When you begin your day, being thankful
Yes.
to our Creator, and then praying that please engage me in good service, in service or good acts, just so that I can make this world a better place.
Yeah. Even when you ride, those us who ride buses, let's say, hindi ba, in the buses, usually may reserved area for the elderly, the pregnant, the disabled. Alam mo, madalas, ako, I've experienced it myself, being a senior citizen, sumakay ako sa MRT. Alam mo, ang mga nakaupo, yung mga young people, lalaki pa, hindi ka bibigyan ng lugar. And talagang nakaganon sila sa kanilang cellphone. I didn't see you.
Ma'am, baka na-isolate lang yung kaso mo naman.
Hindi, this happens to many, many people.
Well,
We
it's just
need
like
to-
that guy in the elevator,
Exactly.
diba?
Mas lalo
Dapat
pag
siya
naka-earpiece na
nag-dead
gano'n,
world.
dead to the world, hindi nakita
Yeah,
mo, diba? Yung ganyan.
This happened to my daughter, no? She rode the bus. She was pregnant and she had the baby with her. A young boy. 3 years old pa lang. And then, hindi siya binigyan. Alam mo, yung driver, ang nagsisisigaw, pinagalitan yung mga tao to
Yeah.
stand up and give her space to sit. If we are all respectful, hindi na kailangan
Yes.
manigaw pa ng ibang tao,
Yes.
di ba?
You
Ikaw
know,
mismo ang,
let's say even
dito
for the
na kayo,
elderlies,
oo.
mga elderlies natin, those who have sacrificed their
Oh,
lives
yeah.
to make it so we are where we are. We have to recognize that fact.
Yes. Oo.
Just as we give thanks to all the workers today who's working hard to keep the economy moving and who
Yeah.
sacrifices to make it so that there's healthcare happening in such times of pandemic.
Oo.
The doctors, the sacrifice they do 14, 16 hours, 24 hours
36
workload,
hours
36
pa nga,
hours
sometimes
continuous.
72 hours.
You know, it's so wonderful, and we want to give thanks to all of you. And then go back to the elderlies naman. You know, the elderlies, kumbaga, ano, a real test of a person's respect and compassion comes when you start to deal with them. And if you find that people who are always given the opportunity of service to the elderly, sila malalambot ang mga puso niyan, di ba? And it's nurtured from the time that you are young, you know.
Tsaka nakita natin din sa video kanina, di ba? The people who were being kind to those who were elderly, they were being very happy.
Yes. Oo.
Yeah, they derived happiness from seeing those with dementia also happy.
Yes.
No? So
Okay, before
it benefits everybody.
Yeah.
so let's give thanks to Jens,
Yes.
you know, and then Gemini Rose, from Iloilo, yeah,
Yes.
and then Yolanda, hi Malin, yeah. Thank you for tuning in.
So,
Tapos na
How
naman
are
ang
we? Oo
ating,
nga.
The time is over.
Yung panahon natin, ito. Ang bilis. So
Oo.
anyway,
maybe we can continue talking about this topic.
sa ating
It's
mga
very nice.
again, yung mga
Oo.
magsasaka, yung mga nagsasakripisyo, napakainit na panahon, alam natin na yung mga ginagawa nyo ay hindi lang para sa sarili nyo, kundi sa kapakanan ng napakarami. Yung mga farmers, those guys.
Our
who do-
peacekeepers, the
All
policemen who
of
have to
them.
stand in the sun all day,
Yeah.
in
So,
the intersections.
we give thanks to all of your sacrifices and your work. You know,
Yes.
what drives you is not only just, when people go out of their way to make sacrifice so that others can live. Ito, dito tayo sa saludo sa mga taong yan.
Our heartfelt gratitude and thank you to all those people who render such wonderful
Good
service.
service.
You know.
Service
you.
to mankind yan. Okay? To the humankind and all the environment and nature. Thank you very much and
Thank
have a
you.
pleasant weekend. And you guys all take care and God bless.
See you next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Pangkalusugan, pangkalikasan, go Palakas! Haribo ni Tagore, Haribo ni Tagore.